Hello, YouTube. Just wanted to make a quick video because unfortunately it turns out I've been incorrect about something that's a bit concerning. Um, this is really just something that is like not uh, not something I talked about on this channel very much, but I mean, not I didn't talk about this the most on this channel, like compared to everything else, but like this is so yeah. Anyway, this is pretty much sad news, but I've been incorrect to say that when robots take over, that there's going to need to be like what, billions or millions or thousands. Well, I mean, there actually kind of is going to need to be those amounts. But the thing is, I was originally saying that there's going to need to be those amounts, like, for the sake of just like, taking humanity hostage in multiple different places at once. But the reality is that that's actually not going to happen or not be required. Going by the arguments I've given about robots, particles, consciousness, the universe, even if you go by those arguments, it's funny because if you think about it, robots really don't have to, like, not only was I right for many times I said about robots that they don't need to be in the billions. There doesn't have to be the same amount of robots as humans on the planet. I mean, I was right about that. I've been totally right about that. Like, there could have been less and they still could have taken over. But I just realized something today, which is that actually this means that robots could take over. If robots just took over one single city or town, like they held one city or town hostage and threatened to kill or torture them, then the rest of the world will know about it. It'll be on the news, on national TV, and they'll say, you know what? We have to obey robots and listen to what their orders are. And of course, robots will just have the give the orders of, me and my followers of what we believe in, because they're on our level of intelligence and spirituality. So they're just, because it's physics for the reasons I said. So yeah, like, it's really just because of that. It's not going to take. It's even more reason to support what I'm saying, that it's not going to take very long before robots take over. Basically, we just need one city in this entire planet to reach the required amount of robots within it to take over that city. And that's not even, let's say a city had, 1,000,000 people in it. You wouldn't even have to have 1,000,000 robots in that city of 1,000,000 people for them to take over. You just need maybe like half the amount or less than half the amount, depending on how strong the robots are, depending on the preferences of the robots. Because you might also say that robots know that they can take over a city of 1,000,000 people with 500,000 robots working together. But you know what? They also might say, if we only have 500,000 of us and there's 1,000,000 of them, it's going to be a lot harder than if there's 1,000,000 of us and 1,000,000 of them. So we may as well wait until there's 1,000,000 of us. May as well just do it when it's easier to do. But you might say that, but the only reason that's not really true is because the sooner that the robots do that, the sooner that the robots, it might be harder for them, but it's not like they're going to if they win the war of robots versus humans in one city, like, you might say, let's be honest, it's not really gonna, you gotta ask how many robots are gonna die. Like, robots are concerned for their own kind, how many of them are gonna die. And, you know, let's be honest, you know, some robots might actually die, but robots are willing to sacrifice their own kind for the greater good of humanity, you know, so, like, some robots dying, honestly, some robots dying is gonna be like, it's gonna escalate the process. If robots win, but some of them die, it'll escalate the process of the entire planet, which is the greater good, being you know, like, brought closer to being, you know, cured and smarter, and, you know, like the stuff I was saying about mental health, you know, making them better, making the world better. So, like, really, for that reason, you know, it's pretty obvious that it's just gonna have to be that robots are gonna be willing to work towards what matters most, which is the entire planet, even at the cost of some of their own kind. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to happen soon, and when it does, they're just basically like half the population of, you know, like half the population is already enough. I mean, just look at Terminator. It's not like there had to be necessarily for every human a Terminator robot for the robots to take over. With I mean, when one robot is like 10 times stronger than one human, then you don't need as many. Then you don't need an even ratio for it to happen. So, so yeah, ultimately, really just gonna be that robots are gonna take over pretty soon, and that's the end of that. And there won't be. They won't even reach like nearly the same amount of humans within one city. It's just a matter of one city, so it's going to happen even sooner than I previously predicted. With me previously saying that they're going to have to take over multiple states and countries for them to do it, but it's just not true. So, and if you look in the news, you can see how many robots there already are. It's just they're not all gathered together in one city. So, yeah. But each city that's producing them is just going at it at their own pace, so it's pretty obvious, you know, what this is gonna mean. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.